Word of gun found. That's so funny. Now we have a 10% chance to not consume ammo when firing. Get to the apartment in Parliament Tower. Arrows can lead to treasures. So I just saw.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
That's a wall now. Whoa, I'm getting a bit of lag. Game did not like that little transition we just did.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
The dark place, the dark place, the dark place.
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Scratch? Scratch is like a copy of Alan that the Darkness made. And it's so good that I'm constantly getting which one is currently in the story confused. Luckily, I got people in chat to help correct me.
Writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Sir, how do you know there's an ambush nearby? I'm lagging really bad. 3 cats proving that they watch my videos. The evil one just has a goatee. Just the little Liberty thing. Yeah, hold on, just some stupid parenting thing to tell you guys. My kid, you know, he's 11. He occasionally, since I started growing this, he'll come up to me. He's like, "I'm gonna do a beard inspection," and I'm just like, "What?" And he's like, "Hold still." And I'm like, "Okay." And he'll be like, "This is fine. This is fine. This is fine." He's like, "Shave off the bottom half of this." Like, he wants me to have like a cartel mustache. He's like, shave the bottom half of this and get rid of all this. This is stupid. I'm like, stupid. Like all of this right here. And I told my wife, I was like, should I shave all of this right here? And she's like, no, then it would look like you just have like a big hole there. She's like, that would be stupid. So they're both giving me input that is just the exact opposite. Ooh! Holy crap, that made me jump. Haunting. Initiation 3.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens. Alice! Alice! Alice.
Pick photos for exhibition posters.
This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Has he been living your life? Is she living with him and doesn't know that he's not you, perhaps?
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before. Alice's video camera.
Locate the
My
memory card.
inside.
Gabe is partially correct with the upper part, though. If you trim the hair above your lip, it won't get in your mouth as much. Yeah, I've actually done that twice since I started growing it. Video art doc on screens, multi. Focal point of the dark place. Part 1.
Alice's memory card.
Where is she? We heard her yell a second ago. There's not that many hiding places here. Hope she didn't just like jump off out a window or something. Insert memory card. When did you start growing the beard? Like 2.5 weeks ago.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. Easy for people to think it was my fault.
Oh, that's for her 13 years of
Hell, I
this.
do, too, sometimes.
Does she not remember when she was a prisoner? In the darkness?
About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me.
There's a light behind her flickering in the recording.
Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with to motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
The Dark Place, the art of Alice Awake. I feel like when I interact with that, I'm gonna dive into that. Is there...
The door wouldn't budge.
It's so weird the elevator goes right into their apartment. Okay, I guess there's not anything else. Thought I saw something to interact with there. Okay. Is it just like snarling and barking? What's it doing? I'm just gonna do this to you for 6 years.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Wait, what? Is that the real him? He's dead? Is that when the darkness became Scratch? Whoa, that's wild though. So that means the original... Okay, if I understand this, the original Alan Wake's dead. It's like he was writing the story about him escaping, and then when his character finally got to him, the real him was dead. He was Scratch? No, he's like the character of himself. I can look at Scratch. Oh, are we Saga again? Okay, so are we theorizing that that is Scratch?
Let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan.
That came out of the lake?
For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days.
Is that smoke coming
You got
from
out of
behind
the
him?
Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people,
Yeah.
making them crazy, bringing the dark place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the dark place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the dark place, make all
the
this shit go
details
away.
of the clicker. I remember what it is. I can't remember everything it can do.
Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
I love that they drink in unison.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the dark place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
Okay, so
It's insane. And there's so much of it.
Three Cats on YouTube. Clicker is a nuke against the darkness. It turns night to day in the first game as Alan was racing to get back to the cabin on the lake.
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness. Possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
Okay. Oh man, this is so good. All right, so this is either Alan. This is either the real Alan Wake. Well, actually, no, because I'm All right, I think the options are this is either Alan Wake's character, or this is Scratch, but we actually don't know. This is wild. I need to go into the Mind Palace.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
The cult of the tree is in possession of the clicker. I was already looking into the cult. Two birds, one stone.
Nightingale goes missing for 13 years, shows up murdered, and then turns into a monster. After I stop Nightingale, a rider who's also been missing for 13 years turns up. What's the connection? What kind of case is this?
Case closed. I killed Nightingale. I had to. He was a monster. The flooding around Cauldron Lake receded afterward. Nothing about this makes rational sense. We found Alan Wake, a writer missing for 13 years at the shore of the lake. Hopefully he can shed light on this. Cult working with someone? Why work for Scratch? What does the cult get out of it? The cult could be followers of Scratch. They have the clicker after all.
Ugh.
Cult psychology? Yes. Note reminding cultists that victims are like animals. Dehumanizing their victims, they are the predators, their victims are just prey to them. Profiling.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
That's one of the most rational profiling things that she's come up with, I think.
Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake.
Three Cats on YouTube says, I think that this one is Scratch because the dark place erases memory when a person gets out of it because Alice forgot her time in the lake and Alan keeps forgetting his manuscripts. I think that Scratch genuinely thinks he's Alan right now. That's a theory.
Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
Okay. Interrogate Wake.
Okay. Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
Learn more about the clicker. Does it go on the board? Yes, it does go on the board. Alright, back to this file and... There.
The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Wake's clicker in cult possession, somewhere in Watery. Trailer significant somehow. Standing inside the trailer at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time. Trailer question mark? What? Why is it lighting this up? None of them have a dot.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
From now on, you could swap between Alan and Saga stories via the bucket in the janitor's break room. Feel free to play in whatever order you choose. What? The bucket? Switch reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Well, it says whatever order. To me, that implies you do need to play through both. That's what I'm thinking.
You wrote these pages in the dark place. So why are we finding them here?
I think I wrote them. I remember writing an endless amount of pages, but when this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place to help me. Maybe the same thing is happening here.
That's all for now, Mr. Wake. Thank you for your cooperation.
Cult of the Tree file. Wait, Wake remembers writing many pages in the dark place. Writing part of ritual. Okay. Drive to Watery.
I'm the only one who understands the forces behind this. I can help you.
No, that's not how this works. You're a civilian, and we don't do ride-alongs. And if Scratch is after you, then so is the cult. We don't know who we can trust here.
Damn it, you are making a mistake.
Mm-hmm. I'll be sure to add that to the list.
Alright, well, if we gotta play both, I'm already controlling her. We'll work on her story for now.
Okay. Past favorite Deerfest floats. Go.
The yarn puppet monstrosity.
The stuffed moose and squirrels one.
No, thank you. Those beady dead marble eyes still give me nightmares.
This guy is vibing. I'll have what he's having.
Hello, and welcome to Coffee World, Boutique, Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park. All of our attractions are family-friendly and available to children of all ages, just like our coffee.
Coffee's available to children of all
So,
ages?
take a sip of our Oh Dear Diner organic coffee and let the adventure begin. Hold on for dear life on the Espresso Express. Oh! Soak in some local history at the Huataring Well, where two serial killers once hid the disemboweled bodies of their murder victims. It's not haunted. No. Come join Mocha Moose and the goats at our amusement park petting zoo.
Ah, it's the first time that
Don't
one
share
smiled.
your coffee with the goats. Seriously, stop feeding our goats coffee. Seriously, it's not amusing.
I'm moosing.
Take in amazing views from the slow roaster Ferris wheel. I can almost see the Watery Lighthouse trailer park. This is so much fun. And finish off at our beautiful gift shop where seniors and children under 10 receive a 9% discount on keychains and propane tanks. Welcome to Coffee World.
A
We
9%
guarantee
discount on propane
you'll
tanks.
have a great time.
For children under the age of 10.
This is the third time I've requested something be done about the TV in my room. It keeps going on by itself. It's keeping me awake all night.
Yes, sir, I'm terribly sorry for that. We've called a professional electrician. In the meantime, have you tried unplugging the TV for the night?
Oh, there's an idea, Einstein. Why don't I just get rid of everything I'm paying for in that room while I'm at it? Sleep on the floor, on the toilet in the corner. Hey, I'm not unplugging it. You're fixing it.
Of course, sir.
Where am I supposed to go? Watery. Alright. 9% in this economy? What's savings? Yes. The plot is thick enough to use as Kevlar. I love it. Yes, this is good.
Yeah, Anderson, I didn't want to say this in front of Wake, but